Do you have, I'm sure you do, maybe you can share with us any philosophical views on neighborhood planning, neighborhood development in the District of Columbia?
Using the space that we have here wisely, it's a limited amount of space in the district, and using and planning communities wisely, I think, is at the top of the agenda. Making sure that we're making best use of public transportation, making sure that we have neighborhoods that are vibrant and thriving and diverse, and making sure that we keep our green space here, which is such an important component, I feel, of the city, and such a tremendous attribute of our city. It makes it a world-class city because of that blend between what we've developed and what we've kind of left open as part of the natural element of the city. So, from a philosophical standpoint, I think it's being smart about how we use the space. There's an aspect, evolving as well as how we actually do the buildings here. That's another philosophy of mine, and ensuring that we're using green practices. But I think it's smart use of space is probably the underlying philosophy.
How do you feel about? You mentioned transit. You mentioned smart growth. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? Those are concepts, of course, that capture a particular way of thinking about urban development, neighborhood development. What are some of your views on transit-oriented development?
I think it's absolutely the way to go. I look not too far in the distance. They are starting work in downtown Silver Spring on a large project right on top of the metro station for residential, retail, office space. Number of different places they could have gone with that development, probably in and around the area, but the idea of putting it on the metro, using that metro space as a transportation hub makes a lot of sense. And so that thinking, I think, is very important. Anywhere that we can put density around the public transit system, it makes a lot of sense.
You have any views on what kind of development? I mean, you cited what they're doing in Silver Spring. Mm-hmm. Which I guess is a mixed-use development. Mixed-use. Do you have any particular views on the kinds of development we ought to be pursuing, transit-oriented development we should be pursuing in the city?
Not particularly. I mean, I do believe that we have some very unique neighborhoods, and so projects need to fit with the neighborhoods that they're in. And so I would say that it would depend on where the project was, mm-hmm. And what the needs of that community might be, and how that fits into the overall picture for the district.